Hi, I'm Brian Jackson, and we're here with Infotech Research Group live in Orlando. And we just came out of the Industry 4.0 keynote, and here are the presenters right here with me. Eric Cabral, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And of course, we have David Wallace as well. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so first, to start us off, let's define Industry 4.0. What does it mean?
So, Industry 4.0 is the advent of manufacturers using new technologies to do exactly what it sounds like, revolutionizing what they're producing and how the way that they produce it. Now, what we are kind of talking to is Industry 4.0 Plus, which is the ripple effect and those technologies kind of permeating out to other industries as well, not just manufacturing anymore.
Okay, well, simple enough. And you had some amazing examples that you shared during that keynote. I'd never heard of this before. Foxconn somehow operates a factory with no lights on whatsoever. How can that be possible?
Well, it's possible because they're using autonomous robots and virtually with no human intervention. They're producing all the microchips that are in virtually every mobile phone through a robotic process, very standardized, very efficient, and it's really improved the productivity gains about 30%. And what we're also seeing besides that, though, is humans are still there to make the judgment calls. And beyond that is this concept of a symbiotic robot where they work side by side with the robot, where the robots are working on sort of standardized tasks and the humans are doing the higher level judgments. All across this Industry 4 generation and direction is the concept of autonomous robots really making quality and productivity gains.
Okay, amazing. Now, another example that came up was one of my favorites because I've tried the HoloLens before, and now I see that it's out being applied in the industry. Tell us all about it.
Absolutely. So, Airbus, the airplane manufacturer, has been using Microsoft's latest iteration of the HoloLens 2 technology, in order to not just help on the factory floor with manufacturers and employees, which they are using it for, but also for their designers. So, designers are able to both be wearing the HoloLens 2 and be able to look at and manipulate their designs in real time together. So, it's helping them collaborate and be much more efficient in their design process as well.
Okay. And one more example, because you brought up 3D printing, you were polling the audience for the hobbyists there, but then in manufacturing, they call it additive manufacturing.
That's right. So additive manufacturing basically means you're building up the object, could be a part, could be part of a process that they're building into a design. And what's happening is instead of doing the old role of cutting it out and doing a lot of wastage, so you're additing up in terms of additive printing and creating this object. So one of our examples used was the Evo bus. And the Evo bus is by Daimler, Chrysler, and they're basically building all of the thousands of parts that go into that product now using 3D printing. What does that mean? For inventory costs, it really reduces that because you don't have to keep all of these parts on site and all the expense that goes along with that. They print them as they need it with the highest quality, and they go right into the bus in terms of its manufacturing. Better on time, better quality, better management, lower costs. It really makes a big difference.
Wow, some great examples that really show us what Industry 4.0 looks like. And there's more to come from Infotech live here in Orlando.